So today we're going to be looking at private student loan companies. So if you need to get some private student loans, we got you covered by going over some of these companies here today. Now, the first company we want to talk about here is going to be with SoFi. There is no application fee. The options for repayment are very flexible, minimum of $1,000. And then also checking your rate will not affect your credit score until you go through the entire process. And then typical credit score for approval on borrowers or cosigners is about 700 plus. Now, some of the other features with SoFi here that you can actually apply for private student loans for undergraduate, graduate, law, MBA, health professionals, and then also parents that want to help their kids with a Parent Plus loan. Now, SoFi as well has loan available for students entering fall, spring, and summer terms. Loan terms can be anywhere from 5 to 15 years. And you also get a rate discount for in-school borrowers that can go all the way as 0.125% of a discount. Now, you can actually get up to a $250 bonus if you have a GPA of 3.0 or higher when going and applying for these loans. Now, SoFi's link will be in the show notes down below for you if you want to sign up, plus all the companies we'll be also talking about here today. Some of them get you an additional bonus on top of that GPA one, and some of those links do help us out as well so we can make more free content just like this. Now, next up on this list is going to be with LendKey, also no application fee. There's also no early payment penalty, so if you want to pay them off sooner. There is a 2K minimum, as well as you can have a cosigner on this as well. There is going to be a 0.25 discount for having things on auto pay and loan terms all the way up to 10 years. And this is available for full-time and part-time students. Now, something important to note when it comes to LendKey is that applicants who do not have an annual income of at least $24,000 and an established credit history will be required to apply with a credit-worthy cosigner. Now, some other features when it comes to LendKey is that they will have forbearance available if something does come up during the time of the loan. One thing we couldn't find was a mention of a minimum credit score, but always, of course, keeping in mind that we want to be aware of our credit scores. They also have fixed and variable rate options to help kind of mitigate additional costs if you want to extend the term of the lifetime of the loan, as well as a 6-month grace period beginning once you graduate and no longer are enrolled before you start paying on those loans. Now, next up here is with Earnest. Again, no application fee. Those are a big deal for us. We want to help save you as much as possible. They have about a 2-minute eligibility check to see if you can get approved. And checking does not affect your credit score until you go through the full application process. And they do also have auto pay discounts of 0.25% if you set everything up to auto pay. Now, Earnest features also include a ability to skip one payment a year, and it does go on the back end of your loan, of course. And they do have a forbearance option, which Earnest may offer up to 12 months of forbearance for borrowers facing temporary financial hardship. Now, also with Earnest, they do have up to 9-month grace period to start paying. Then they also have multiple payment options, as well as a minimum credit score of 650. Now, available for full-time students. Part-time students have a separate application on the site. So just something to keep in mind. You want to make sure you're applying depending if you're full-time or part-time. Now, like I mentioned, the links to all these companies will be in the show notes down below for you. Some of them will get you a nice sign-up bonus, and that does help out our channel here so we can make more free content for you. And like I mentioned earlier, knowing your credit score is so important, so we want to make sure you got yourself covered. Check out our video here to learn about your credit score.